Hey, shh. Okay, y'all. See this band? As I've told you before, this is a medium band. Different companies make different colors. You can't depend on that. So always ask, is this light resistance, medium resistance, or heavy resistance? So this one happens to be, I would say, pretty close to 2 inches longer. Now, you can, if you have those long ones, you can just tie a knot and use that, which is perfectly fine. So however you do it, get you a resistance band. And when you're first starting out, probably lighter, or medium would be better. So we're gonna start out recapping some of the stuff that we did Wednesday as a warm-up. I have a small area here, just like many of you have small areas. And I just kind of ambulate from front to back. And then I think, okay, I'm gonna lift some pretty heavy weights just in a little bit. So let me prepare my arms. And how do we start doing that? You do it with a simple swing. See what I'm doing? When you do this simple swing and you're ambulating from front to back, think about where you're breathing from. That means your mouth has to shut because you want to breathe through the nose. Number 2, is your tummy in? Is your shoulders down? Have you tucked your chin in as you just do this little simple ambulation front to back? Do not discount backward walking, okay? A whole host of things happen with your backward walking that doesn't get done in any other capacity, okay? Now I'm gonna drop my shoulders again, because you know why? Many of us have a tendency to bring our shoulders up even a little bit. We start scrunching. I don't want you to scrunch. I want you to drop those shoulders because that pulls the scapula in, okay? It protects your joint. And this little fanning motion that I'm doing in a low level starts the synovial fluid to come into your joints. And it doesn't happen with just 1 or 2 little fans of the arm. You have to do it for, 10, 20, up to 30 reps, but it's not hard. And that's the whole thing. So after you've done a heel-toe walking, and I'm not trying to walk a line. I'm not trying to do the sobriety test walk. See, that's later. That's for Tim. We won't do that yet. We'll do it later. But we're just walking. And when you're walking, be purposeful. What is that? What do I mean by that? Pull your tummy in. Every time your midfoot pushes off, like right now, see, I'm pushing off back here. I squeeze that gluteal. Then I transfer weight, and whenever I take the step and I push off there, I squeeze that gluteal. That's how you do tight walking. And when I present this to people who never even thought about it, because they're all concerned about, I want to, I hear it's really important to use your gluteal muscles. Well, how do I turn them on? Act like you're getting a shot in your butt right there. Squeeze it and do your walking. After you've done this for 2, 3, 4 minutes, whatever, now is when we take a step wide and we do our thoracic rotations. See this? When I do this, it's not fast, it's not jerky, but I turn fully this knee and I just let the arms swing, okay? So if you just go through the first, I would say 3 moves that I'm gonna do today, because you don't have time, you're gonna feel better in your body. You're just gonna feel better. I want you to notice something. When I'm turning and I'm pointing the knee inward and down, that's the pivot. When I do that, this knee is soft. I take a big breath through my nose and then I drop my shoulders. There, that dropping of the shoulder is again. So when you switch and you pivot, do not move this toe. Keep it forward. That's getting that rotation, that warm up that you're looking for. Through your joints, through your lower back, through your mid back. And then up through your shoulders and your thoracic region. Then, if you add a turning of the head, okay? Turning of the head and look far behind you. Look far behind you and be careful, you might get disoriented. Now soften up your knees, because if you get really going on this, the next thing that I see happen with people is they stiffen their legs. Don't do that. See, stay loose, drop your shoulders, really swing, and you're slapping on both sides of the hips, and you're looking behind you. Take a big breath. Breath through your nose, breath through your nose, and your tummy's tight, and your shoulders go down again. And you're saying, why do you keep telling me to put my shoulders down? Because I know what slugs do. So we just kind of let our shoulders right up. That's not what you want. You want to drop them so that you get into that thoracic region and open it up. Take a big deep breath again. We got a couple more to do. And then we're going to go into our third move for our warm-up. Okay. Here we go, just a couple more. Keep those knees soft, drop your shoulders again. Okay? There you go. Now, many of you have done broad jump in school. See, just a broad jump. It's a standing broad jump. Now, it's not a running broad jump, it's a standing broad jump. So as you go down, you don't have to go deep. I'll turn to the side so you'll see what I'm doing. So, as you go down, you shine your taillights. Simple as that. Shine your taillights, drop your shoulders, the tummy is in, and as you come down, you bring those arms around you. Then when you come up to jump, you're going to push off your toes, but we're not doing that. We bring those hands up. If you've had a shoulder issue, you don't have to rip those arms way up here. You don't. Soften your elbows a little bit. Come up and keep it right here at the ears. And then you press on the toes. Press up. So those three moves that we just did, front to back walking, thoracic swing, and now broad jump. So we're going to go down and we're going to come up and we're going to go up to the toes. And you'll take steps. If you really push into the toes from the broad jump positioning and you really push into the toes, you're gonna overdo. That's okay. Just take a step out. Make sure your tummy's tight, supporting your back. So here I come. I'm coming up, 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 and I'm gonna push into the toes. Yeah, just like you're gonna leap. Okay. And when you do that, you've got to tighten your gluteals in, okay? So now I've gone through it. Let's do it together. We come down. Make sure your back is flat, very extended. You're pushed into the heels. Then you transfer quickly to the toes, and you go up. And you come back down. Keep your chin tucked. If you have to step because you lost balance, that's okay. That's part of this whole training. Tight tummy, you come down, and you go woo, go down, woo, breath, go. Okay, take a little step. If you get off, take a little step, then come back, start it over again. So here we go, drop your shoulders, tighten the tummy, breath, swing down, heels, now toes, boom. It's a quick transfer. Go. Back down. Go. Back down. Go. Back down. Go. Now I'm coming off the ground. I'm not telling you to. Just go into the toe box. Okay? You don't have to come off the ground. I'm very safe. I know how to land. No big deal. It's a good thing to come off. It's actually one of the first lessons of learning how to jump rope. So let's do 6 more. Stay with me. Take a breath. You don't have to go fast. If it's too fast for you, do one at a time, hesitate. One at a time, hesitate. You get the idea. Here we go. 6. Heels, toes. Heels, toes. Heels, toes. Heels, toes. Heels, toes. 2 more. Heels, toes. 1 more. Heels, toes. And you come back up. Yay. Okay. Go into your T-arms. See this? The thumbs are pointing forward. The little finger is pointing backward. First of all, you can't do this one if you don't drop those shoulders. So take gentle steps forward, gentle steps back. And you push the little finger back. Drop your shoulders, straight arms. If it's too high for you to do this, push back at this level, go lower, perfectly fine. Push that little finger back, and you're not really walking. I just want you to move your feet a little bit because we just did the broad jump to a toe push off, and we got that blood moving, and now we want to keep the blood moving. So we don't just stand still while we're doing these little straight back T-arms. See this? Drop your shoulder again. Drop your shoulder. Yeah, keep dropping your shoulder while you're pushing back. Then you come down and you come right here, and you grab an oar and you pull back. The biggest mistake that people make is going too high here and pulling back. If you've had shoulder issues, this is a natural, very functional move that we need to be able to do. So when you come into a rowing, do you see that little step? You're going to step back, 1 foot then the other. Drop your shoulders, grab the oars, little step back, drop the elbows. I would rather you drop the elbows at the get-go, at the beginning, rather than go too high and then you have a catch in your shoulders. And some of you know what I'm talking about. So drop the shoulders, step back. And what I'm trying to get you to do right now is to prep yourself for one of the first weight training moves that I'm going to do, which is a step back lunge. And we're going to do weighted, okay? So drop your shoulders, you're stepping back, make darn sure that you didn't step out in order to go back into the heel. Your knee will be bent, but don't turn your toe out, okay? Don't turn it in, don't turn it out. It's straight back. See this? Yeah, so I'm just doing a gentle rowing. I'm not doing this as a workout. I'm doing this as a warm up to prepare us for carries, for backward weighted lunges, for using our leg muscles with that band that we're going to use. See, I'm stepping back and I'm just dropping those elbows back. Take a breath, drop the shoulders, step back, make sure your toe, if I were standing behind you, ask yourself, would she be yelling at me because I turned my toe out? See, you're going to go for the ball of foot into the heel with a softened knee. Pull, okay? Here we go. Step back, boom. And as we get into the heavier weights today, if you have a shoulder that's giving you trouble, then you're going to go very light, or you're going to go no weight at all. You're going to hold the weight together with the strong arm. That's how you get over an injury, or that's how you get over you did a little too much or something like that. Okay, so that you can stay on target and keep moving. Okay, one more. Here we go. Drop your shoulders. pull back, step back, boom, just like that, okay? Then I'm gonna put my hands out, and I'm gonna see how's my shoulders working, okay? I'm gonna go wide, and then I'm gonna come in. And this is gonna be constant now, because now I'm starting to load, and I'm loading with body weight. And I'm not gonna maybe do 30. I'm doing this as a warm-up, but also to prime the muscle to get ready for a higher lift. So I'm gonna drop my shoulders. I'm gonna be pointing my thumbs forward, and I'm coming in and out. That's all in the world that I'm doing. In and out. So in a split second, a split second, I am doing a one-legged stance. I know it. So if you're doing this as a shoulder benefit, let me tell you, getting you ready for one-legged stances, getting you ready for better balance work, this is exactly what you should be doing, is a step out and a step in. And see, at any time during this stepping out and stepping in, shoulder circles, I could hesitate. See, I'm right here. I could just bring that toe up and hesitate. See, just test myself a little bit. Then drop that shoulder. When they start screaming, do 1 or 2 more and then drop that shoulder. Don't keep at it, okay? Yeah, it should scream a little, but then take a rest. All right, take a breath. Now my palms are gonna come up. I'm gonna go ahead and do them both. I'm gonna do them to begin with because I'm starting to load. So, see this? See this? If you bring your toe up, let me step back here so you see what I'm doing. If you bring your toe up, I'm telling you, the whole game changes. When you just kind of do this, that's good, you can do that. But when you actually shift, while you're doing this kind of rowing, circles, and you bring that toe up, this knee has to be soft, bent, if you will, a little, okay? So you're doing these back here. If this is too high, drop it down here. That's perfectly fine. But when you bring that toe off the ground and you think, I'm gonna hold it here for 3, 5, 10 seconds, everything changes. Yeah. Take a breath. Don't bring your hands down if you can help it. Drop your shoulders, bring them lower if you need a break, and then shift, bend the knee, tighten the tummy, keep the arms going, the thumbs are back, bring the toe up. That's all you gotta do is bring the toe up. And try to hang out here for, like I said, 3 seconds is great, 5 seconds is great, 10 seconds is really good, and then come back. Okay. That move that I just did for you, or with you, that is such a big deal to help you have better balance, because you're going to use your joints, protect your back, use your whole body to hold your balance better and better. Your knee has to be softened. It has to be softened because you want to engage all the musculature, okay? So now we're going to come back in and we're going to start to load. So I'm going to do a step back, then I'm going to go up, and I'm going to drive that knee, and I'm going to come back down, okay? Then I'm going to go to the other side. So I'm going to step back, and from a back position, see, a back position with my leg, I'm going to march up as if I was going to put it up on a chair. I'll do it this way. Maybe you can see it better. Plus, it's really good to have a chair there. When you go up, you might lose your balance. And if you bring it up, just put your foot right there. And that's a really good thing to do, because sometimes when we get going and we bring that leg up that high, you need something to land on. if you don't want to go all the way down. Okay? Now, we're going to start our loading. I'm going to go ahead and pick up light weights. So what I'm going to calibrate it to is my 6 pound. Okay, you ready? So I'm right here. And for those of you who really want to see, well, what do I do if I've pushed a joint too much? If I've, had joints replaced, if I've had injury to my shoulder, how do I get over that and get stronger? This is a 3, and I may even put it down. This is a 6, okay? Now I'm gonna go back to that move that I just introduced. So it's the step back into a leg march. So I'm right here, I'm gonna step back, and I'm gonna just bring my arms up as I bring my leg up, and then come it back down. So you're gonna drive that back leg up. Switch, and it comes right up there, and comes back down, and right up there, and comes back down. And you're just working your arms not high. It's a gentle weight, and you're just doing this. See? As you do the step back, march, boom, step back, right there, step back, right there, step back, right there, step back, right there. Keep your knee soft of the foot that's on the ground. So it's right there, pull, all the way back, pull, all the way back, pull, all the way back, pull. Take a breath, all the way back, come right to the front of the shoulder with your hands and or your weights. You can do this whole thing with just your hands. 2 more, here we go. Bent knee, press. Bent knee, press. Did I say 2 or 3? Okay. There. Now, the leg that was the stability leg, this was the swing leg, so to speak. Okay, you should be feeling that. That's a good thing, okay? Now, I'm gonna switch. This is my stability leg. This is my swing leg. And I'm gonna go back as far as I feel I can, but I have to hold my place. Meaning, when I step back, I don't go back. I stay loaded in the front leg. See that? So my knee is bent. I'm dropping my shoulders. I'm taking a big breath. You do not have to keep up the cadence. You can go as slow as you want until you're able to go 2 at a time, 3 at a time, 4 at a time. See what I mean? So again, see the arms? That is it. Tight tummy, drop your shoulders, you step back, then you bring it way up to where you can put it on a chair. Then you come down. Now, I'm using a chair height. If you're new to this and you're saying that is way too high for me, you need a lower height. This one is lower. This little stool is lower, but this is not stable. So you want whatever you're gonna touch down on. I can do it on this, and it's lower. Okay, you get the idea? So here we go. I'm gonna step back. I'm gonna get my arms to go as I lift, tap, and I go back down. And I stay right here. See? I could drop a plumb line right through my shoulder, my hip, and my knee. Okay? So it's gonna be up, step back, boom, back down, right there, back down, right there, back down. You gotta keep this knee soft. Take a breath, slow down. Here we go. You don't have to go super fast. Sometimes I get going a little fast. Breath, right there. Hesitate, right there. hesitate, take a breath. Here we go. Up, back down, hesitate. Breath, back down, hesitate. Keep that knee soft, keep your chin tucked, tummy is tight, shoulders are down. Boom, breath. All the way up, breath, just 3 more. Here we go, keep that knee bent, the supported knee bent. Step way back, come back up, 1 more, all the way, and all the way. And you're right here. Yay. Okay, I'm gonna put my weight in my holster. Okay, we did the step back into a leg march, correct? Here's my band. This is extra long. So this is a little over a foot long. A regular, like medium, is about 10 inches. This is 12. Most of you got this from me. If you didn't, tie your own band. You can do that. So here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna have a seat. Okay, big breath. And before we go into putting this on, as a matter of fact, while we're putting this on, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do a whole range of movement. Look at this. Come back. See that? That is a valuable move. I hip hinged. My shoulders are down. My back is very extended. I'm gonna come on down. I'm gonna roll up my pant legs because now it's getting warm in here. It was really cold when I come up here. Okay, so I'm coming down into a full chair squat. See, you should be feeling this in your groin. Okay, you're a wide foot. The toes are out just a bit. I'm tightening in my tummy. I have my band ready to go because I'm going to put it on in the process of doing this. I'm hip hinging nice and deep, so much so that I'm going to feel it right through here as a nice functional stretch for the groin. So as I'm down here, I merely take one hand and put it over on the other foot and just pull yourself and look around. Then you put your hands here and you push up. Don't make your back shoulder the lift of coming back up. This is a very big move. For those of you with back issues, be smart with your back movements. So here I come down, see that? I'm feeling it right through here. I'm coming down and then I'm gonna reach over here and grab my outside leg on the other side. I'm gonna turn my head. I'm gonna look over my shoulder and I'm gonna lift my chin, look up, take a big deep breath, and then I'm gonna come back with pushing. Okay, come to center. I should have emphasized that. Come to center and move back up. So the thing of it is you just want to use smart mechanics. That's the thing. And as you're getting warmed up into lifting, see here now, I'm going to come here. And now instead of pulling, I'm just going to push with my elbows. I'm going to push with my elbows against my leg, do little tiny turns. This is great for the lower back. It's so good for the hip. So this is my knee replace side, this is my hip replace side. And the amount of relief that you're gonna feel from doing some really good functional stretching is gonna be just invaluable. Okay, see how I'm pushing on my elbow here and I'm looking over my shoulder. I'm taking breaths through my nose. Here I go, push through the elbow. Push, 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 take a breath. Then come back. Okay, now, I'm gonna take my band, slip it over my toe. See that? Just slipping over my toe. And then you could put your other foot up on a something or just lean back. Don't round your back. That's the big mistake that so many make. Putting on their shoes, putting on their socks, putting a band around their legs. When you go to put the other one in, don't round. If you need to lean in from the hip. Then tip your toe down and it's in. See that? It's in. Then I'm gonna come up here and I'm gonna go around just above my knees, okay? Straighten it out so that it's not bunched up and cutting into you. And then test, see? See? Now, if you don't have a band, or let's say you have a long stretchy, great. Tie a knot in it or just hold it at whatever length gives you a little resistance. You could do, you could even try to march out against like a belt. Some of you might have a belt that has some stretch in it. A tea towel, and then just give and go a little bit. So see, it's a step, step, and opening of my knees. Step, step, closing of my knees. So you're gonna step, step. Now open those knees out. Yeah. You're gonna have tremendous pulling in a really good, beneficial way, but the way your posture is really matters when you're doing this kind of stuff. Now we're gonna take it up to what we were doing, and it's gonna take on a whole different layer. So see, if I go out, what I want you to notice, and if I were with you, having you step out and in against a band, a resistance band, I would want to see when you step out, can you pull this knee out so the knee is right over the foot, the ankle, and then put this knee out and you're not caving. So it's these muscles that for those of us with hips replaced, knees replaced, oh my goodness, we need to be doing these. You should have it right at your coffee table when you're even like just during commercials, if you're watching something, yes, I know we're all gonna watch something. Just do a couple of these, pull those legs out. Yes, take a breath, hold it right there. And now we're simply gonna stand up against this resistance. And what helps, this is a little trainer's tip, to make this more comfortable, is if you have a pant leg. If this is just against your bare skin, it's gonna roll, okay? That's R-O, it's spelled L-L, but I'm pronouncing it R-O-W-L, roll. Okay, it's gonna roll. It won't hurt you if you have some pants on, a little bit thicker pants, okay? See this? Just holding this open so that my knees are over my ankles is a big deal. And then I go in and I go out, and I go in and I go out. And I tip my whole upper body back until I feel this kicking right there. Feel that contraction? Pull those knees out. Pull them all the way out so that they're matching your ankles. Then you come back, you're holding it right here. See, I've hip hinged back. I'm not rounding my back. I've opened back. Open them out, open them out. Now stay out there, and just go in a little tiny bit and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, breath, 5, 6, right here, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now hold it, hold them, hold them, hold them, hold them, hold them. Release, step in. Yeah, you should have felt some heating up going on. That's why I'm doing this. It's not only for the hip, it's going to be for all the connections around your knees, okay? So now I'm going to open, toes are out just a tiny bit, not a lot. Now, I have to maintain this. So you've already established that you can maintain it, right? So open them out, and we're simply going to do a sit to stand. You know how to do that. But we typically do it with no resistance here, right? Now there's a resistance. That's why these bands are really good to tuck in that suitcase. Just do a few every day. Some of these kinds of moves. Why? Because it's going to help you balance and walk better. That's why. Okay? See this? So the minute I go out, What happens in here? Yeah, my rib cage is pulled up, my shoulders are down. Big breath. I'm going to go into a sit to stand. Two counts up, 4 counts down. But this has to be stayed open. We're wide. Are you ready? Take a breath. When you go to this point, you got to start pushing into the heels. Keep these open. Breath. 1, 2, open. Don't let them cave. Don't let them cave. Now hip hinge, rib cage up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're down. And we go back open. 1, 2, and we take a breath. And if you need to, you put your hands here to help you, or they're straight out. 1, 2, 3, hold it. 4, and you're down. Take a breath, keep these open. Don't let them cave. 1, 2, big breath, squeeze the butt. And 1, 2, 3, hold it really low with your butt. 4. So just hold it a minute or two. Not a minute or two, a second or two. Kathy was about to yell. Okay, keep your legs open. Drop your shoulders. Ready? Breath. Exhale. 1, 2. Take a breath. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Keep your legs open. 4. And come back down. Keep these open. Don't let them come in. They're going to want to come in all the time. Correct them. Get it down if it's rolled up. Open. Breath. Okay, here's the deal. We're going to do 4 more. Just stay with me. Okay? Breath. Knees open. Hip hinge. 1, 2. Squeeze the butt. Take a breath. Open. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. 4. You're trying to ease into that. No earthquake when you sit down. Okay? Open the knees. Open the knees. You got to keep working at this. Breath. Hip hinge. 1, 2. You're right here. Squeeze the butt. Open the knees. Hip hinge. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. 4. Stay with me. 2 more. Here we go. 1, 2. Right there. 1. Open these up. 2, 3, 4. Breath. Drop the shoulders. Open, open, open. Hip hinge. Breath. Exhale. 1, 2. Breathe. Here we go. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. 4. I think that was 4. Let's do 1 more. 1 more. Kathy's is mutinying. Okay, here we go. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Now bring it in. Okay. Now we're going to give your legs a break. I'm not meaning that in a funny way. I'm going to go down here. And then I'm going to go right over the ankles. See? It's going to be a whole different pull. Whole different pull. If you've had knees replaced, pay attention. If you keep your feet just like this, so this has a little bit of resistance. So it's just right there. It's just a normal leg width. Okay, not hard, it's not a pull. But now, drop your shoulders, take a big breath through your nose, and step out. Your knee has to stay in line with your ankle, in line with your foot. Okay? Bring that one in. Okay, we're not doing a hard pull. We're not doing 2 at a time. Drop your shoulders, take a breath. Knee has to be in line with the ankle. Up and over. See this? So this is my hip replaced. This is my knee replaced. I'm telling you, these little moves with a band, with a little resistance, is so, so, so instrumental in helping you maintain joint integrity and leg leg strength, because it's working muscles on the adductors and abduction. Add and ab, in and out. That's what's working. Here's not front and back. We'll do front and back, but we're going to do this for just a second, okay? My hips are open. This is tight. Breath, open, breath back. Have a band within arm's reach anytime you're sitting, okay? In your house, wherever. Throw it in your bag when you're going to go on a trip. And do a few of these, whether you do it seated or whether you do it standing. We're going to do it standing here in just a second. Take a breath. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. Now I'm ready to hip hinge and stand. Now, the safety net at this point is real, okay? So I'm gonna reach over here and I'm gonna grab my little pole, and or I may be by a wall. That's all that's required. Or a counter. Counter is perfect. Something that will help you not lose your balance. Because if you think you're gonna move your feet real quick to get yourself back on balance, well, you're gonna be surprised. Okay, so here I go. I'm gonna go up, it's around my ankles. My tendency now is to let the knees drop in. Don't do that, hold them open. And you're not super wide, you're just shoulder width. That's it, okay? Ready? You know how to get up, right? I have my little bar here. I'm gonna come here, and I'm gonna come here. And if I had a bar here that I could do this on, perfect. Most of you have kitchens with a counter. Just hold on to that. I don't have that here, so I'm gonna have my little bar. If I wanna do this, I can do this. I don't have to have it down here. But I wanna do this. See that? And come in. When you come in, don't come in very far. I'm gonna turn this way so it'll give me a little bit of walking distance. All you need really is maybe 3 feet, a 3-foot stepping area, so that you can actually step 3 feet. It'll be longer than 3 feet. I'm shoulder width, I step out, I keep my knees out there, and then I come in just to keep that 1 foot band taut. Don't let it slub. See, now it's slubbed. Don't let it slub like that. It's got to stay tight. Then I'm going to step, knee is soft. I can use this here. I can use my counter. And I'm going to come in to keep that taut. Then I'm going to step, and then I'm going to step. And here's the thing. Too many people, when they're doing this move, rock and roll way out of their column. They do this to step. Well, that's a compensatory move, meaning it's a cheater move. Sit back in your heels, sit back in your hips, okay? Bring the leg in, just so this band is taut. Now I'm going to step out, and there's where the problem happens. Hang on to something so you don't overlean. Sit back. I want you to use those muscles. Now I'm going to step out without that telltale too much wobble to the side. See how wide I am? I'm maintaining this with all my adductors and abductors. My ad and abductor muscles in and out, okay? Here we go. Tighten the tummy, because it's going to want to rubber band you too far. Bring it in a little. Step. Knee is soft. Sit into the heels, sit into the hips, and do 3. 3 steps. Staying wide. Then do it again. See, I'm sitting back into it. Sitting back into it. Sitting back into it. Sitting back into it. This is an absolute must move for anybody with knee and hip replacements. And see, I'm doing it a little differently, but we're doing it. But I'm giving you lots of the precautions, keeping your knees from coming in, Keeping your back extended. Don't over lean when you go to step that first step. So here it is. Sit back in your heels, loosen up, bend the knees, take a breath, drop your shoulders. Now you're going to take the step without over leaning. So grab onto your bar, whatever you have to do, tighten. Boom. See that? Yeah, don't over lean. Sit back more than you're over leaning to the side because you think you have to take that big step. Sit back, come in, here we go, come in, here we go, come in, here we go, come in. I'm going to take 2 more strides here, okay? Stay with me. Too often, we start a move and we think, I don't feel it much. Let me just go to a different one, or let me just kind of wait until she goes to one that I think is really going to help me. I know how you think. Again, if you try your best not to over lean, that means you're sitting back. That means you're sidestepping in a modified squat. That's what we're doing here, okay? See? This kind of ambulation with a little bit of a resistance. My stomach is super tight. Breathing through my nose, shoulders are down. I just take about 3 to 4 steps. See this? I keep it wide. I keep stress by keeping that band tight, no matter if I'm stepping in or out. And yeah, you can step a little wider only if you're not over leaning. Okay, last one. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. And then one more time. Here we go. Back out. Back out. Back out. And back out. Yay. Okay, now while these are heated up and they're firing, you have your pole or a chair or a counter or a bedpost. You get the idea. Have both or one, whatever is more good for you, okay? So we're gonna stand here. See, I have this right here if I need it. Have my band around my ankles. I am gonna drop my shoulders, take a breath, and I'm gonna do 3 little taps. Sounds easy, doesn't it? I'm gonna tap back here. I'm gonna tap out here. And I'm gonna tap up here. And when I tap up here, I'm gonna put my heel down. Then toe, then toe. See that? If you do this and you don't use your hands, well, you're gonna get a star on your chart. Heel. Now go tap to the side. See this knee? It's bent. You should be burning in this whole hip. Then you come back. Okay? Feel it? Tight tummy. Drop your shoulders. Here's my chair if I need it. Now I'm going to go toe tap wide. Knee is bent here. And then heel. And you're going to have to fight for your balance. That's what I want you to do. Then come back toe. Keep the knee soft. Toe. Then come back toe. Then come up heel. And then come stand up. This should be on fire. Yes. So this is my knee replay side. This is my hip replay side. I use this as my tapper. Some of you have double hips replaced. I know that. It's going to feel differently. I'm trying to do all of this in an effort to help you, especially turn those gluteal muscles on. Lots of things, lots of nerves got cut, got damaged during the whole hip replacement. You don't have the pain, but you have to move differently. Okay, hip hinge, now I'm transferring. So now I'm going to be on my hip replace side for the tapping. And at the beginning, if you have a band around your ankles, yes, you can do this whole thing without any bands. But if you really want to heighten the muscle training, bone training, everything training, put a band on there. If you don't have one, just do the move, okay? So first of all, I'm gonna shift into this leg. See the knee is bent? Yeah, like I'm riding a pony. I'm gonna drop my shoulders. I got this here. I'm not gonna grip it, but it's here to keep me from compensatory moves, which doesn't help my muscles at all around the hip. So sit back down into it. I'm gonna go back first, toe. I'm gonna go side, toe. I'm barely touching here for this first time. Then I'm gonna go heel tap. Then I'm gonna come back toe, and then back here. And I wanna stay lightly using my fingers on the chair so that I don't over lean, because that's what we do. We don't realize how much we're wobbling when we're walking until somebody says, something wrong with your hip? Keep this bent. Here we go, tap, tighten, heel, sit back, come back, tap, big breath, tap behind, barely one finger right here. Then come back, and then come heel. Now you can go straight back, you can go straight up, and then you can go out to the side. The point is maintain here. And I'm just now starting to really feel the heating up through the gluteal complex. Yeah, take a breath, stay down, keep the hips back, hip hinge, heel in the front, sit back, then go to the side, then go to the back, then go to the side, then come up with the heel, sit back. Yeah, one more, I got one more, it's heating up. Breath, here we go, and come back. Woo! Should have felt it here and here. Some in the calf, but for sure those two places. Okay? Big breath. Let me see where we're at. Okay. I prepared you the whole time for this next move. I'm going to come down here. I still have this arm issue. It's getting better, but I went very light. So you can choose. You can have 2 weights, okay? Just be sure that if you do if you lighten up on one side of you, be aware of the propensity. Let me show you. So see, I have 18 pounds here. See that? And I'm going to pick up 12 because I'm not going to do anything with my arms necessarily, but I'm going to hold my shoulders down. But here's what you have to be aware of. If you have different sizes of bags, luggage, buckets that you're carrying around, and one weighs more than the other, be aware of the propensity to do this. Don't let that heavier one pull you down, okay? So I'm right here, I'm not gripping. I'm letting the weight go to my fingertips, and I'm just gonna let my shoulder drop and then come up, okay? I'm gonna let my shoulder drop with that weight and then pull against it. It's a little move, but it's huge on those big back muscles. You can't do this without pulling your tummy in. Just drop down, come back, drop down, come back. You got the buckets. Keep your shoulders level. Step, step, step. Don't grip. Let the bucket go to the fingertips. Don't overlean. How do you not overlean? You bend at the knee. Okay, when I'm going heel toe, bend that knee, heel toe, bend that knee, heel toe, bend that knee. Kind of like you're trying to do a tightrope walk. Yeah, that's what you're trying to do. Because you're trying to keep your shoulders and your hips level. And many of us with hips and joints replaced, especially hips and knees, we go through the whole day doing compensatory moves that we're not even aware of. And one of them that I'm trying to highlight here that I talk to myself about is wobbling, leaning. How do you not do that? I just showed you. Bend the knee, bend the knee, bend the knee, bend the knee. Now, when you go back, this is what I've worked this whole time to get you to. When you walk back, just take one step now. Back as far as you can, and then bend that knee and come up. And keep your shoulders level and come back up. Breath, down, come back up. Hip hinge and come back up. Keep that front knee from wobbling. No wobble. And you're driving that back knee down, down, down. And you're coming up, squeeze the butt. Down, 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 squeeze the butt. Down, 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 squeeze the butt. Then you come forward, okay? Big breath, drop. You just step back. That's all you do. If you can't do anything else, seriously, stand here with weights and just step back. Don't even worry about anything else. Just do that. You go to your toe, drop to the heel. Just do that. Then come back. That's fine. Okay? Stay with it. Drop your shoulders. I'm going to step back now, and I am going to bend my knee in the back. Then I'm going to come back up. Go to the heel. Then I'm going to come back up. See how I'm working my foot? I'm going to come up, drop the heel, come back up. Big breath. Come back up. Drop the heel. Come back down. Go as far as you can. Okay? Just take it down there as far as you can. It's against these weights. Yeah. Breath. And then come back up. And step back into it. Make sure you be careful putting your weights down. Especially if they're in the floor. Don't round your back. Okay. Right here. And we're going to end the way we began. So we're just going to do little marches. Little step backs. March. Little step back. March. Little step back. March. Little step back. When you step back, don't turn that toe. Then you go open. So it's just a body swing. Okay? Keep the arms down low and do a body slap. Take a big deep breath. Big deep breath. Big deep breath. Keep your chin tucked. You can turn, look. Turn, look. Turn, look. Shake out. Oh, I hope this helped you. I do. On this chilly morning in Tennessee. Yeah, I had frozen water this morning. I know. It hurt me more than you, Tim. Oh, here we go. Record. Stop. Bye.